Yeah, what's up? Gather around, I got a story to tell, baby. Gather around, I got a story to tell. Right now, first and foremost, I just want to say a few things before I start this story. Appreciate y'all for subscribing to my YouTube. Keep subscribing, man. Hit that link. Go to the link in the IG. Keep subscribing, man. But right now, it's a special day for me. I'm chilling. You know, I don't get the good out too much. Right now, I'm in the American Dream Mall. This shit is crazy. They got an amusement park and a water park in this mall. You know what I mean? You know, I just came from Hard Knocks. I ain't never seen no shit like this, but sure it's better malls, but this is a great mall. You know, right now I'm chilling, man. So right now I'm gonna tell y'all about a situation that happened in Clinton. I was in Clinton back a couple years ago and shit, and I was with a few good dudes out there, man. You know, my man Nell, shout out to Nell, Free Nell. My man Goon, Fats. You know, a lot of people was, you know, Nay, my man High Money. We was all up there, man. You know, sticking together. Brothers from all boroughs, you know what I'm saying? And we befriended a lot of people, and it wasn't just you know, people from the hood. It was people from all over that was locked up. Particularly some Italian cats, man, from out of Staten Island. I don't want to say their name, you know what I'm saying? But they became real good friends of mine. And one of them in particular, who was like the leader, the head, you know what I'm saying? And when I say the head, you know, if you know the Italians, you know, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't, you know what I'm saying? So they was dumb Italians, not the regular Italians. They was those Italians, you know what I'm saying? And showed me a lot of love and shit, man. You know, and then one day, one of the head Italians sent me a kite. A kite is a note to another prisoner, and I read it, and he was like, yo, come to the yard. He was like, I need to speak to you ASAP. It's an emergency. So I'm like, all right, what's this about? You know what I'm saying? So I go to the yard. There was never no static with the Italians, you know what I'm saying? They always showed me love, but I'm not used to getting kites like that. Somebody saying, yo, come to the yard, emergency. Usually when it's like that, it mean go grip up. And if you don't know what grip up mean, I mean go grab your weapon because it might be some shit. So I go to the yard. He was like, spin with me. So we spinning around the yard, and he telling me, he like, yo, I need a favor from you, big bro. So I'm like, what's the favor? What's going on? He like, yo, I just got the word. Yo, one of my father friends is coming. He's on the bus right now. He's coming right now. And I need you to look after him. And let me tell you why he chose me to look after him. One is where I was at. This is Clinton Annex, by the way. There's a, it's the intake area when the people first come in. People come in from all over. When they come to the hub, the Clinton hub, they'll come into the annex. And some people just there for like medical reasons because Clinton has a great, you know, so it has some good hospitals in the area, so people from other prisons come stop at Clinton, then they go to the hospital. So it's a hub, it's a transportation hub, basically. And he told me that his father friend is coming and he want me to look after him. So that's where I was at. I was in a part of the prison where I see the new people coming in, you know? And I was like, wow, what's up? What's up with this dude, you know? He was like, yo, he a special person. He mean a lot to my dad. And it'll mean a lot to me if you look after him because I can't get over there. And the reason why he couldn't get over there because my steady, anybody that been to Clinton, they know the Pharaohs and the Martins. That nigga Martin is a piece of shit. That was my steady. He was like one of them real cowboy niggas, you know what I'm saying? Racist ass white dude, CO in his 60s. He always got his nightstick out looking for drama. Old man, mad skinny, but he will bust somebody upside their head with that nightstick, you heard? So him and Martin had words before. So anytime he come near my part of the jail, Martin come with that nightstick ready to bust him in his head. So he couldn't get over there. So he told me to look out for his father friend, right? And his father's an old timer. You know, he old time Italian dude, you know what I'm saying? And he said his father appreciated too. And he said, they're gonna make sure I'm all right. Just set the price. So I was like, I don't know, you know, about the price and all that. because I'm going to do it out of love. But he was like, nah, just set the price, whatever you want. It's a gift from my dad. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, the next thing you know, the bus pulls up. It's an old man. He gets off the bus, and he's like, I knew it was him because I see the name on the shirt. When you're in New York State prison, you got to have your name on your shirt. So I already knew the name and who to look for. So when he came in, I was like, yo, you such and such? I don't want to say the dude's name, and I'm going to tell you why I don't want to say his name in a second. He was like, yo. I was like, yo, I'm such and such peoples. They told me to look after you. So he stopped dead in his track. Now, this guy was sickly. He could barely breathe. He had some shit like an oxygen mask hooked up to him. You know, come to find out he was dying. You know, he was dying from lung cancer. And I guess he was transported to the hub for medical treatment. But it was already terminal, you know. And the guy, you know, he took off the mask and was like, such and such sent you? I said, yeah, he sent me. He was like, yo, I'll never forget. He said, yo, you got a cigarette? And I'm like, yo, you sure you want a cigarette? They don't look like you need to be smoking. He said, man, I don't got that much time to live, kid. Just give me the damn cigarette. He started smiling. So, you know, I gave him a cigarette. I gave him a few things to eat. You know, being that he came from another jail, he didn't have nothing, you know. He couldn't bring his stuff with him, so I just gave him stuff to eat, whatever. And when I go outside to the mess hall, all Italian guys, they riled up. They like, such and such is here. Now, I don't know that culture as far as, you know, what they be doing. I don't know the politics of it, but I knew this guy was somebody. So I'm like, they all excited, like, oh my God, he's here, he's here. They was trying to break their neck to come see dude. So I had to find out, like, who is this guy, you know? So I had called home, and I asked my people, I'm like, yo, who is this dude? And when they told me who he was, I was like, oh, shit. Now, I'm not going to say his name because I want him to rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want his family, you know, bothered by, you know, this post or whatever. So I'm going to let him rest in peace. Y'all figure it out on your own. But I'm going to just give you a little hint to who he was. So this guy, he was one of the main guys, a part of that lifestyle. And he co-signed one of the biggest hits ever in American history. And this hit is talked about to this day. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, they're probably talking about it right now on one of them true crime stories. It was that hit, you know? So the biggest hit in New York, rappers done rapped about it. This guy had co-signed the hit, you know what I'm saying? And he was with the boss of the bosses, you know? And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And the guy was a cool dude, man. Real cool dude. I got to know him for a few. And we had a conversation. And I'm like, yo, you know, all this recognition and fame you have, do you think that the Justice Department is taking it out on you because you didn't tell about the hit? And he was like, you know damn well that's the reason why they're not giving me proper medical treatment. It was like, I could have been cured of this shit. But in order for him to really get that treatment, he basically insinuated that he had to like give up some information. And he was like, man, fuck that. He'd rather die, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's the main reason why he died, because he didn't want to give up that information, but they made sure he didn't get the proper treatment. I seen that with my own two eyes. And every time, you know, people would complain like, yo, he keep coughing, man, he's sick. Martin and them was ignoring it. Martin is the CEO, that racist bastard. So I just want to let y'all know, man, you know, you run across all kind of people in prison, and I just want to let people know that these people are very unforgiving, man, you know? If they want information out of you and you don't give it, they'll make you suffer, especially when you're in that jail. So you got to be on point, man. If you got a loved one in jail, make sure they're okay. Check up on them. Always ask them if they're all right. And if they're sick, ask them, are they getting the proper medical treatment? And also call up there. Hound those people. Yo, my husband, my friend, my whatever. My brother, my sister, they need help. Yo, make sure you stay on them about getting them the proper treatment, man, because they'll let us die in there, man. I just want to tell y'all I love y'all. Thank y'all. That's my story for today. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. I'm going.